Hello, beautiful souls. This piece of content is specifically catered to the life path 202. So the 22. Yeah, I think that sounds a bit better. The 22 and the 22. You can listen to this as a podcast and you can watch the video. But let's dive into it because 2 stands for cooperation and balance, and the 0 stands for inner gifts. And 2s have a lot of inner gifts, and we'll be handling all of those. So you are a person who really thrives on relationships, and all your inner gifts are catered towards being really good at being in relationships. So some of your inner gifts are your sensitivity, but not just sensitivity, but also your empathetic nature. So you have heightened sensitivity to the needs, emotions, and energy of the people around you. You intuitively pick up on feelings and concerns of others. This sensitivity allows you to connect deeply with those you interact with, making you effective at understanding and empathizing with people. This is something that you're really good at, and this is also something you should realize. Not everyone has this. I think most people don't have this, but you do, and you have it in the sense of needs, emotions, and energy. And some of the other types, they know the emotions, the needs, or the energy, where they can still find out what other people need. But you are a bit more sensitive. Also, this sensitivity can work. It can kind of be a curse, but it can also be a gift. And I wanna really tell you that you should view this as a gift, because all these, when I talk to you like this, and when I tell the story like this, it sounds like it can only be a gift, but this can also be a curse if you pick up feelings and concerns of others and you go fully on them. You forget yourself, and you're just only focusing on them and not focusing on yourself anymore. So that's one of the one of your main challenges. Like we also discussed in the type 2. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend you watch that one as well, the life path 2. This one is a little bit more in detail, but the balance for you is really important. Your second inner gift is your strength. And this can manifest in various ways. For example, emotional resilience, determination, the ability to handle challenges with grace, but also this is a part of your physical not your physical appearance, but your physical strength as well. And you are this strength allows you to be really dependable and supportive in difficult situations, both for yourself, but you can also use it for others. Since you are really a relationship, I would say you're like a relationship driven person. So if you would be a manager, you would be like the people manager, and not the task manager or whatever kind of managers you have. You would be really the people manager, and you would build relationship with your team, and if you have a team with people that are also relation driven, you can be really successful, and this can really work. I would really like to have you as my manager. I don't have a manager, but if I would have a manager, I would like you to be that person. So your third inner strength is your expression. You are really good at expressing yourself, and this, obviously is something you really need if you're going to build relationships. You want to be able to express yourself. You have the gift of expression. You can really effectively convey your emotions, your thoughts, your ideas, all those kind of things. And you also have you can have a really creative way of communicating as well. And what's not here, what I haven't said yet, is that with different type of people, you will have different ways of communicating. Well, like almost everyone has that, because if you talk to your mother, you talk to a friend, you talk a little bit different. But you are even better at this. You can really pinpoint how to talk to this person or to that person, and really make them feel like you understand them, and you make them feel heard. So that's something you're really good at. And the fourth thing that you might be neglecting is your intuition. You have a really refined intuition. In this day and age, intuition is kind of tossed to the side. Like if you have a gut feeling, or you have I'm not sure how you call it, but you have this your spleen also has this intuitive ways of expressing itself to you. Either one, it doesn't really matter. They both work a little bit different. So let's see which one you have. Because if you have a gut feeling, you can go to that feeling and feel, okay, does this feel good, or doesn't it feel good? Usually it just pops up, it's there, but you can go back to it. But also, if you have a spleen, if it's defined in your spleen, you will only get it once. And this is a really difficult thing for you if this is what you have, because it only pops up once, and it says, for example, you should not get this job. You should not accept this job offer, for example. But since you're 2 and a 22, you are really good at at indecision. You can be here, like it's a really good idea to take this job, and on the other hand, but this job doesn't really suit me. But you are so good at attuning to other people and also to situations that you can see things from all sides. And this, in this case, works kind of against you, because you can really see all the benefits of this thing, but you can also see all the negative things about this. So all the positive and all the negatives, but this gives you such a vivid picture of how it can work and how it can't work and won't work, that you can stay in this indecision. And we're not really used to following our intuition anymore, because in school we're not taught that. We have to disregard all those feelings. Maybe it's a bit different now, but when I was in school, that was the case. If you would say, why won't you do this, and I would say, it doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. I'm not going to do that. They would say, it doesn't matter if it feels good, you just have to do this, and they would just push it through. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to push anything through. You really have to follow your intuition. Your intuition is very, very strong. It might need a little help to get you back to the level of intuition you can have, because you've neglected, like a muscle. If you don't use it, it goes into atrophy, and it kind of, it becomes weaker and weaker. And with this gift, your gift is still there. You just need to trust it more. You still get the nudges, like this is good or that is good, or bad. It will give you all kinds of information. Just learn to trust it again and really feel it. And also, maybe this is something you can put in the comments or think about. But let's think back about the last time you had a feeling about something that it was either something you should have done or you should not have done. Go back to that feeling and see how you handled that situation. And if you handle it correctly, then perfect. This is also good for the exercise. But let's go back to one where you neglected it and see what happened in that case. For me, I have some examples with this where my gut said, you do not want to work for this client, and I was like, I need the money. My head was, I need the money. This is my bill for the coming month. I can earn this money, so this is going to be perfect. I'll have a little bit left over. But instead, I did not follow my intuition. I took the job. It cost me a couple of months of work. The client ended up not paying. We got in this whole mess that all kind of legal mess, and I knew the thing is, when and even if you get paid at some point, you still don't want to have this pressure. And I think in this case I got paid a little, but it was not enough for all the bills I did have. And this has been a while back, so this was about in 2012 or 2013 maybe. So it's at least 10 years back. And I knew everything was exploding, and I knew this is my own fault. This is my own fault. I knew this was a bad idea. I knew it. I felt it. I neglected it. So this is on me. So it felt like I need to take responsibility for this. I can go all mad on the client. I can get, I can blame them for this situation. But I felt like it's not the situation I need to blame, not the client. This is just a lesson, an expensive lesson that I need to follow my own intuition. So that's for you as well. Follow your intuition, even if it feels weird, even if your head is really your head is catered to survival and to your responsibilities, but also your needs. And it's just a way to make sure that you do the things that you need to do. And I'm not saying ignore everything your head says, because there's a lot of logic there as well. But in these instances, when your head and your heart, or your head and your gut, are in disarray, follow your intuition, and not when your head has a pros and cons list and tells you on paper this is a good idea, because you never know what's going to happen. And in my experience, my gut is always right. And for me, it's my gut because I'm a sacral. I have a sacral authority. Okay, onward we go. So what else can I tell about you? So you have, like I already said, you have some struggles with balance, and every relationship you start, you over cooperate. This is your the standard way you work. You have a new relationship. You have that new relationship energy. That can be a relationship, as in a love relationship, but also in a work relationship. You know what I mean? That energy when you just meet someone and things are going really well, and you have that they call it new relationship energy, NRE. But that's more from the another field of expertise. So that's more about your love life, but that doesn't matter. It is the same. And in that energy, you will go to over helping, because you're so excited. You will go there, and this is something where you, I think that's actually a really good place to start, because you wanna start there. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that at some point this new relationship energy goes down, but if you're still up here with your effort, it's not gonna match. So it would be nice if it goes down like a bit at the same time, because you are over helping, and if you're working together with someone else, they are in the beginning also doing a lot, but that will go down over time a little bit. Most of the time, it's not. But I'm just sketching a picture of what usually happens, but it's not what always happens. And that if you stay in your overhelping mode, you will go towards resentment at some point, because you're overhelping, and at first you're serving. But at some point there's a line, and you don't know where it is. I don't know where it is either. And that's something you have to figure out for yourself. When does serving become servitude? It's a fine line. And the only way for you to find it is to trust your intuition and feel where it is. But also check in with yourself. So you work really well on serving. But once you go to servitude, you go into resentment. And that's the thing you want to stay away from. And that's also one of your challenges that you need to overcome. One of the other things is you tend to blame yourself for your problems, but also for others' problems, and you really need to stay away from others' problems, except if it's your kid. But in all other instances, it's not really your problem, even though you are so empathetic that it can feel like it's your problem as well. You are so strong in knowing what other people are going through, that it can feel like it's actually your problem, but it's not. So there is also a fine line. Where does it go towards their problem, and when does it become my problem? So you really have to figure out a lot about balancing. There's also another video on this. I think it's the law of intuition that goes on about this. I will do another video on this. So you really should watch this one. I recommend it. So subscribe to the channel. Also put the notifications on so you can see when I release that episode. Because that one will have an exercise, or maybe multiple exercises in it, on how to overcome this challenge. And I believe this is the challenge you need to overcome in this life. And Also, you don't need to overcome it in this life. But this is a goal you set yourself before you came here. And you can either work through it and overcome the challenge, or you can not do it this lifetime and reap all the negative effects of it, and do this same challenge, same kind of lifetime again in your next lifetime. So in your next life. Yeah, so that's what I believe in. All right. Yeah. I think I've gone through all my notes. I got my notes here, but I've gone through it just in a different manner. Yes. Yeah. So let's go to work. I think that's an interesting one as well for you. So work-wise, you yeah, like everything I said, you're really good at relationships. You're really good at supporting others. You are also good at being the leader. For example, one of the 20 or the 22 life path is also Ronald Reagan. So yeah, he was a world leader. So that's also possible for you. But mostly, yeah, you're really good at relationships. So everything work-wise and talent-wise and finance-wise works with this. So these talents, and sometimes what I do, because I think that's interesting as well. Obviously, you can come up with a lot of things if you just put, like, my talents or my gifts are like, you're really empathetic, you have intuition, you're really good at expressing yourself, and you strength, sensitivity. So you can map all these things, or you can like bulk all these things together and look for yourself, like what would really match if you're looking for your next career step. For example, a mediator would be really good at this. I think coach would be a good one as well. Probably a little bit less, but you could also be a teacher. Let's see if I have any more examples here. I think you would be really good at networking as well. So yeah, if you want to become the president, I think that would be really good, because you are so good at networking that a lot of people will support you, and you can build a lot of relationships. Yeah, a lot of you work behind the scenes. Some of you will be in the spotlight, but most of you do not prefer that. But I think what's a nice thing, and maybe you can test it out yourself if you're really looking for what you want to do in life. Use one of the chat AI bots like ChatGPT. Put in there, my strengths are sensitivity, strength, expression, and intuition. What would be a good job for me? And sometimes it comes with pretty insightful things that are a little bit outside of the box that you wouldn't think of. So yeah, just test it out, try it out, and see what pops up. And I think it might even surprise you. I haven't done it myself. I did this for me, and what came out on top every time was you should be a spiritual teacher. So that's what I'm doing here as well. But since I'm an 11 2, so I'm also a little bit of a 2. It's like my secondary number. I have a lot of creativity, but my challenge is confidence. So being a spiritual teacher online can make me really insecure, because a lot of people will see this. I'm talking about a lot of weird stuff, and that is what can really hold me down. But not anymore, because I'm recording these videos. And I also have all the gifts of the 2, not as strong as a 2 would have them, but I have been listening to my intuition for at least 10 years straight now. So that one is really, I've been flexing it a lot, so it's pretty strong. So maybe my intuition is at this point stronger than a 2 that's not using it. But if a 2 starts using this, they will be better at this, and they will be better at expressing themselves, and sensitivity and intuition, all those kind of things. I feel like I've skipped a part. Yeah, let's go to relationships. So in relationships, it's basically the same as what I said with, and now I'm talking about love relationships. It's the same as what I talked about as like a work relationship. You are really in tune with your partner. You are really catering to the needs of your partner, and you are over cooperating. And that's something, again, that you should really pay attention to. And let's say, let's go a different route here. You are a 2. You are maybe in your 30s or your 40s, and you are actually at the point already where you have been over cooperating for so long, so you feel anger, resentment, and you're already there. This is not something you can just talk about with your partner and everything will be alright. It's so deep rooted at this point that you should really, you can either schedule something yourself and really talk about it. It won't be one conversation, but you can talk about this so many times that you can work things out, or you can go through like couples counseling and really dive deep. And if you have the money, this I would recommend this. But you've been over cooperating for too long. There's too much baggage, and it's too hard to just let it go and move forward. And for all the others that do not have this situation, really pay attention to when it starts to feel like servitude instead of serving. And also take this into account in the bedroom and in all those kinds of things. One of the things that you might have said when one of your relationships ended, I gave so much and he or she left me. That can be something that is you. Yeah, let's go to your health. Yeah, this is the final thing. Final topic. We go to your health. You are strong and you have a generally vigorous body and robust disposition to fight off most illnesses. So you're not Yeah, that's a fun thing. Because you are, it's not actually fun, but it's fun for me to tell you. Because you, this is about your gifts. You are so vivid with your imagination and with how you can see things, how they are working, how they are not working. So, for example, what is it? Anxiety and what's the other thing? Well, with one you look back to the past, and the other one you look back in the future. And I think anxiety is future, and the other one I can't recall the word. But either way, let's use resentment for now, because that's always from something from the past. You are so good at seeing all these things that you are actually making yourself sick because of the thoughts that you are having. So you can use this to your benefit, because one of the things that work really well for you is to see that future version of yourself that is living the life that you want to live. But if you are visualizing that version of you that you really don't want to be, and the situations you don't want to be in, this will work against you, and for everyone this will work against you. But for you, this may actually come out as like physical ailments, for example, allergies. So this is something you should really pay attention to. Another thing that works really well for you is hypnosis. And things, you already have a lot of strength, like physical strength. So for you, exercises for you would be more like flexibility exercises and things that teach you like flow and suppleness and balance. Everything is balanced with you, so also when you're looking for sports, look for something that can bring you balance. So for example, you can have yoga, tai chi, aikido, or any other martial arts, stretching, meditation. These are things that work really well for you, but a lot of you are also avoiding this, and I'm not sure why. I started meditating in, I think in 2008 or 2006. I'm not entirely sure. No, 2000. I think it's 2000. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Those 2 years doesn't really matter. But I started meditating, and I know that I kind of pushed it forward for a long while. Like, I'm going to do that because it was something nobody did. Nobody in my vicinity, nobody talked about this and nobody did this. So I bought a book called the 8-Minute Meditation, and it had maybe 20 versions of 8-minute meditations, and I did all of them and figured out which ones I liked to do in the morning, and I figured out that these 8 minutes was like the sweet spot for me. If it was any longer than 8 minutes, I would drift off, and it would feel like too long, and I would not do it. And the 8-minute mark was where I really relaxed, but also the point where I was like, but not longer than this. So for me, it was the perfect sweet spot. So I've meditated for at least 10 or 12 years, just those 8 minutes. And after that, I started experimenting with 20-minute meditations, an hour meditation. And today, I just put on some music, meditation music. I find out which one resonates with me. Sometimes I check which of my chakras needs some work. And on how to do this is it's a different episode. So I check which one has some work, and then I'll do some mudras, some chanting, and just do that. But I don't set a timer anymore. I just do it. And today it was, I think, 13 minutes or 14 minutes. And other days it's 30 minutes. Sometimes it's 10 minutes. But usually when I just follow my my intuition, it's usually more than 10 minutes, at least. So for you, if there is any resistance on this, and I love this, and I love it and I hate it at the same time. If you feel resistance somewhere, that's where you can grow. And it's a nice thing to say, and it sounds really really cool, but I hate it as well, because this is always some part I don't want to go to. It's outside of my comfort zone. But I can't stress you enough, and I can't stress myself enough, that resistance is where the growth is. And I really have to remind myself of this a lot. So this is your reminder. If there's anything, one of the martial arts, yoga, aikido, tai chi, meditation, if there's something you're not doing, let's for example, let's see this list of things I just named, and see which one gives the most resistance. Pick that one, and maybe follow a course. It can be an online course. You can do it in your own living room or bedroom or whatever you want to do it. But start with this and do this, and it's gonna help you, because you need the balance, and this can really bring you a lot of balance. Okay, I think we've handled everything, but I'm not gonna leave you without giving you some useful questions. Yeah, let's give you some useful questions. I'll state them twice, so you can actually write them down and put them in your notes on your phone. I'll say it twice, and then you should be able to write it down. All right. Do I sometimes bend too far backward for people and then feel resentful? Do I sometimes bend too far backward for people and then feel resentful? Where does my responsibility end and others people's begin? Where does my responsibility end and other people's begin? Do I respect my comfort zone? Do I respect my comfort zone? Do I feel trapped in any life situation? Do I feel trapped in any life situation? All right. If these questions generate any insights, how might you put these insights into practice? So this is your exercise for after this video. I think it's best to do it right after this, so you've done it and you won't forget about it. I'll leave you with one more thing here. So what other videos you can watch? The other videos for you are the video on life path number 2, but maybe you've already seen that one. Obviously this video, so the 202, so the 22. The 0 video. The 0 is not a life path you can be, but it is, in your case, it is your companion number, your secondary number. So that's another video. video number 4. I will link all of this in the description, by the way. So if you want to go, you can already go and just read the description. Just know that I would appreciate it if you like this video, if there's any value for you in this. So these are already 4. There are 5 more videos. The law of responsibility, the law of balance, the law of cycles, the law of patterns, and the law of flexibility. And you don't need to remember these because they're in the show notes, so you can just read them there. And one thing that I'm missing here is the law of intuition that I just spoke about. Okay, so maybe I made a mistake and it's not the law of intuition, but maybe it is. Okay, just check it out, see if it resonates for you, and use that intuition of yours to see if this is something that is beneficial to you. And if your intuition says no, don't do it. If your intuition says yes, let's go. All right, thank you so much for watching this episode. Yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.